vibe about it. Don't worry. Okay, everybody. Hi. I apologize for, dropping off the face of the earth. So, we got a lot of things to do today. First and foremost, so I did the drawing for our next indie author over on TikTok, and the indie author that I chose that came out of the jar, the good old jar, we love the jar, was Tetyana Walker and her book, A Broken Promise. So, since this is like the second limited series we're doing, it's going to be a little different because I will be choosing the authors over on TikTok because that's where most of them come from. So this video, the first video in the series, is going to be an impression video. I'll read a couple chapters before I even start the whole series. But yes, this is going to be an impression video. It's probably not going to be long. It's just going to be an introduction to the book, to the author, and maybe some vibes because, well, I love this song. Listen. I'm gonna cut that out.
She makes a liar out of herself.
Yeah, I know. It was really bad. But anyways, yes. So, let's get started, shall we? So, here's how this is gonna work. First, I'm going to read the back of A Broken Promise. Then I'll give a few thoughts on what I've thought of the chapter so far. And then, we'll see we go from there. I don't know. This is new. But this is the novel, A Broken Promise. It is a dark fantasy, which I usually don't read. So it's going to be very interesting. And I am excited about it because the first couple chapters have very much hooked me. So, the back of it says, Finn has lost everything. Her family, her love, and her purpose. Betrayed and sold into slavery, she exists awaiting her end, until she was mistakenly taken for a magic wielder and gifted to the brutal, bloodthirsty destroyer general, sorry, I can't speak well, to be tortured and killed. Surrounded by her enemies, Finn makes a promise, one she will fight to keep. A Broken Promise is the first book in a slow burn, enemies to lovers, dark fantasy romance series, The Freckled Fate. Now, I have to say, I'm a stickler for how books are, like physical books. So, first and foremost, I love the cover, which is surprising because usually I hate covers that are just words and there's like nothing really in the background. But having read, I just hit myself. Ignore that. Having read some of the first couple chapters, this whole thing makes so much sense, especially with the flames, because the magic wielder who she basically gets like sold to, she is a slave, by the way. I think I read that on the back. Yeah, she is a slave. She gets sold to this destroyer general and he has like flame magic. So it's very interesting that this is the choice that went for the cover and I like it. I just feel like some of the iron touches are a bit odd to me, but I can't say anything because I have not read the whole book. You cannot be picky choosy. Sorry, sometimes I have to put myself in check.
If you do that, you'll put me out of a job. A pretty easy one at that.
Or Darren can, because that's the only reason he's here and he exists. Anyways, back to the cover and the feel. So, I'm also hang on, I have to grab a few things. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No! Okay. We're good, people. We're good. So, I didn't finish reading this. I didn't finish reading this for a purpose. I'm getting distracted. So, usually, I'm not a big fan of books this big. I'm more of this type of book person, but I'm more specifically, I like when books are this size that are like really small and compact. I don't know, whatever the word is. I like when they're this small. One, because the word, the pages become bigger. Also, this is my book, so don't mind it. It makes me feel accomplished every time I read a book this size because it's a bit chunkier. But, word counts can still be a little on the, smaller side, and it's still a big book. Anyways, that's just me. I'm just picky for no reason. I'm a very picky person, especially when it comes to my books. But, I'm also, to be honest, I may get some hate for this, but I'm not a glossy type of person. I don't like when books are glossy because I just feel like, I don't know. It just weirds me out when it's glossy. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm very particular. But some things that I absolutely love about this book is, one, I love the flames on the cover. And I also like how it's so, like, fluent. It's not just, like, some flames pasted onto the letters. No, it literally looks like they're meant to be there. I don't really know how to explain that. But I do love the cover, which I didn't think I was going to. Because I ordered it on Amazon and I was like, I don't know about the cover. But surprising. I love surprises. I love when I'm surprised, and I love when I love things. I annoy myself sometimes. Do I annoy you guys?
Endlessly.
You're not allowed to answer this.
Your annoyance is attached to the air at this point.
Okay, he answers anyways, but whatever. But yes, I love the cover. And listen to me when I say this. I absolutely love when chapters, like chapter headers, have like overlay pages or something. I forget what they're called, but they have like prints or designs or something. I love when they have those because, one, it always gives me something to look forward to. And two, I've never been able to master it on my own books. Yeah, I've never been good at doing it on my own books because it's such a struggle. I can't believe I didn't mention this, but this book has a map. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I adore when books have maps, because, one, especially with like fantasy novels, because the characters are usually going so many places, this helps me keep track of them. And two, sometimes they're so pretty. And it's a very simple map, but like, it's not intricate, but I like it. I'm terrible at explaining myself, if you couldn't tell. But it's very simple, and it's easy to like see where a lot of the things are. And I think the reason why I love maps so much is just to see people's creativity of how they name things. Like, one of the places on here is like the Desolate Desert. Never would have thought of that. Like, of course deserts are usually empty and sandlands or whatever. But the Desolate Desert? That's so good. That is so good. I love a good map, and this is a good map. It's so simple. And I sometimes think I prefer simple maps over like the really complex ones that has like 50 million different places on it, because like, what are your characters, time jumping or something? How do they have that much time to go everywhere? I don't know. It's, again, I'm a stickler for a lot of things. So now that we've gone over like some of the more materialistic things, because sometimes I'm a very materialistic person. I shouldn't admit to that, should I?
You shouldn't admit to a majority of things that come out of your mouth.
Okay, let me clarify. I'm a materialistic person when it comes to books. Yes, that's what I meant to. That's what I should have said from the beginning, but you know, me and myself. Okay, so now that we've done like the outside and what is that, a butterfly? Okay, sorry, you guys are like right below my window in the nook, and I have like a clear view into my yard.
Are you channeling your inner dog that screams squirrel at every little thing?
Yeah, I know. I'm like a dog that sees squirrels. Whatever. Okay, getting distracted. Okay, so first impressions for like the actual book itself, like the storyline so far. So right now, I read a lot farther than I meant to, which is a good sign because I really do like this. I read up to chapter 10, and these are short chapters, so it's not like I read 100 pages or anything. I'm on page, 62. Now, I'm a huge like fan of stories starting off fast. The first chapter had tension, but it didn't have action, if you know what I mean. And I liked that. I like that the tension. There's a lot of tension, trust me, especially because it starts off in like I think it was like the rock quarries. Yeah, the rock quarries of where like these slaves have been living and digging stuff up from like this big mountain or something. I was kind of expecting a little more. Tetyana does an amazing job of world building right off the bat, which is something I think is so hard to do, especially when you want to world build but you don't want to overload the reader. She does a great job of that. Like, you get thrown into this world and it's very easy to follow. And the magic system is really easy to follow too. Like, she lays it all out in a way that's not like, this is this, this is this, and this is how she does that. Like, it's not like that. There's like background, and it's really simple to follow. But I just wish there was a little more action from the main character. But I understand why there's not. She's in a life or death situation, and she doesn't have a choice to. Which is, I mean, for this story, yeah. And it's a little vivid, which I like. Yeah, sometimes I need help. Ignore me. So far from this book, I am getting the Destroyer General. He gives me Castile vibes from Blood and Ash. But like when Castile is like basically when, oh, spoilers, sorry if you haven't read that series, my bad. When in the second book, when Castile is basically killing people because they're like going after Poppy or whatever. And that's what the Destroyer General gives me. I love that vibe, especially because it's right off the bat, and she's scared for her life. Finn is like absolutely, I mean, justifiably so. She's terrified for her life that she's gonna die in this man's like company, which makes complete sense. I also feel like so far I'm only on chapter 10, but all of the characters that I've read so far are so well-rounded already, and it's like we don't even have their backstories. We don't even have like, you have brief interactions with them. It's not like she's with these people every day, so you're reading about it every single chapter. No, these are brief mentionings, but the characters are so realistic already, and I like that. Like, that is something that I feel like a lot of books struggle to do. So I felt like that was something that was really, really, really well done. Also, I think I mentioned about the world building so far is really good. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything for my review session. That's going to be 2 or 3 videos from now. But so far, that's my first impressions. First impressions are good. So far, you've checked a lot of the boxes that I've been looking for, that I look for in any type of book that I'm reading. Like, I feel like when I read books, I have like an author checklist of their writing style, and I feel like you've checked all those boxes. Like, the voice of the main character is very, very clear. Like, you can get into her head without any hesitation, and I think that is really, really good. The supporting characters so far are really good too. They have substance to them, and I know a lot of writers struggle to do that, to give, even if they're like supporting characters or like a minor character that you only see once. Like, it's really good. The world building is really good. The plot so far is really easy to follow. So far it's checked all my boxes, which is kind of a hard thing to do because I'm a very picky. I've realized this over my life of reading, is I'm a picky like reader. Like, I've never DNF'd a book, but if there's something that I don't like, I'm gonna continue to read the book with an attitude. I have this thing about me where if I start a novel, I need to finish it. 1, because I bought this book, but also 2, because the author put their heart and soul into what they're writing, and even if I don't like it, it's not fair to me to just throw their book down and not read it. Like, that's, I don't know. Like, as an author myself, I feel like if somebody doesn't like my books, like, okay, yeah, that's cool, you can put it down if you want, but like, I spent so much time and effort on those books, and I know a lot of other authors out there have done the same thing. So this book has checked all of my boxes so far, which is kind of a rare thing. So I'm excited. So it's my first impression so far for the book itself. What else is there? I also received the interview clips from the author Tetyana Walker herself, and guys, hearing and listening to her clips, genuinely, I wanted to cry sometimes. She has such this like genuine air about her that like just makes me feel so like grateful that I get to, 1, learn about her story, and 2, like her personal story, like what she's gone through, and 2, like actually read her story that she's written. So it's kind of like a double whammy in a good way. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's been a long couple of days. I've had a very long couple of days. But yes, that is my first impressions. I told you it was going to be a short video. It may not even be longer than 5-10 minutes. But, and I I did go to Dunkin'. There's nothing wrong with me. Although I dropped my cup.
Cue rant in 3, 2, 1.
There was a spider in the doorway, and I was trying to duck and cover and run. I was carrying my charger at the time. It got caught on the door. My drink hit the ground. It split the cup. The drink went everywhere. I was very upset about it. But I'm okay now. I'm good.
Wouldn't want to see what you're like when you're not good.
Somewhat. But anyways, yes. So that's the first impression videos. Yes, that's all I have for this video. So hope everyone has a good day, night, evening, afternoon, brunch, whatever day it is. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a great time. So yeah, see you next time.
Fantastic.